Game of the Final Judgment, Awakening of the Knee Opening. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 326 Thump, Thump, Thump. 8th level Devil Mark, all attributes plus 40%, arena shopping mall cost minus 40%. Zhao Yuan casually browsed the arena mall, and the refresh products became more and more precious. Various exaggerated one-time props, equipment, pet shops, real attribute points, fashion, gems, pet equipment, and pet evolution stones. But Zhao Yuan doesn't have any special needs at the moment. At this moment, the sky's already dark, and the all attributes of the beasts above the wilderness are plus 200%. Zhao Yuan teleported back to the guild's residence and bought some food in the system mall. Zhang Fengwu walked towards him, and said, "With your oath buff, I now have the mark of the Third Order Demon King, all attributes plus 15%, and the discount in the competitive mall is also 15%, except for Zhang Fengwu. Most of the teammates have also reached Tier 3. Demon King Bai Di is still wearing a doll bear costume, which can increase her auxiliary skills." Zhao Yuan said to Bai Di, "I forgot to apply the permanent oath buff to you. After applying it, you will be able to complete an awakening, obtain more powerful him skills." Bai Di excitedly said, "Eternal oath buff, isn't this equivalent to permanent invincible buff? This is too rascal, but I don't have any means of attack. Even if I'm invincible, I won't be able to kill the clone in the awakening trial." Su Yuxin at the side took out several special mechanical devices and handed them to Bai Di. "This is the mechanical device of the sky armor. After the skill is awakened, it can be used by players other than the caster." Bai Di thanked him, and immediately entered the awakening trial. Zhao Yuan turned off the oath buff of the clone with familiarity. Bai Di activated the mechanical device in his hand, and a large number of light golden mechanical particles flowed out from it. Covering Bai Di's body, it formed a magnificent, majestic, rough and ferocious sky armor. The duplicate body on the opposite side also took out the same mechanical device, but the difference is that Bai Di has the buff of the Eternal Vow, but the opposite side does not. Battle information, trigger the True Oath, trigger the Thorns against armor. Within a few minutes, Bai Di completed a skill awakening. The branch options for the Anthem ability are, Branch 1, Skill Application Target plus 2, Branch 2, Skill Effect plus 50%. Bai Di naturally chose the second branch. He only needs to increase Zhao Yuan's attributes crazily, and all enemies will be killed by real counterattacks. Bai Di's him skill belongs to the percentage increase ability of a single target. Therefore, the skill awakening branch effect can only increase the skill effect by 50%, not 100%, because for a percentage increase skill, a 50% increase is already exaggerated. When Bai Di upgrades all his skills to an awakened state, my combat power will increase dramatically. Zhao Yuan said expectantly, "Tomorrow, I'm going to forcibly provoke a guild battle. I have to go to the auction house to find a jewelry craftsman to trade some super large scrolls of shackles." Saying that, Zhao Yuan was teleported to Yian City. He had stored a lot of void mines in the 3 shops under his name before, and now he was carrying a sack containing a large amount of void mines. Walking towards the auction, Zhao Yuan met the jewelry craftsman as he wished. Because Zhao Yuan's current status is terrible in the last catastrophe event, Yian City was once again sheltered. Chapter 327. Modai forced himself to regain his composure, walked to the door, and sent a message in the Mozu group chat channel, "I may have been exposed, plan ahead." Then he opened the door and saw that Zhao Yuan was about to knock on the door. Modai said, "Lord Zhao Yuan, is there anything else?" Zhao Yuan started a frenzied taunt, and at the same time used the Baron Tentacle to extract the opponent's attributes. Attacking in the safe area will be encircled and killed by the main city guards at the first time. But with Zhao Yuan's attributes, the main city guards are no threat to him. Zhao Yuan said, attacking Modai with very little power, without the skill bonus of Xiaoguo's SSS level supporters, the temporary double defense dropped back to 15 billion points. On the contrary, that is 15 billion physical attacks. I accidentally killed Humo D in seconds. Fortunately, the real power has been completely transformed into my own power, and this huge destructive force can be carefully controlled. It can be done with only 1/1000th of the power. Unlike ordinary attribute points, with a punch, the damage value is fixed. Bump. Modai's shoulder was directly snapped off by Zhao Yuan's finger. Modai was controlled by taunts, and escape became an extravagant hope. Modai's blood was hit by Zhao Yuan to the remaining blood. Then Zhao Yuan sacrificed the red quality magic weapon Prison Town Tower. Before returning to the auction house, Zhao Yuan also threw a lot of copper coins to raise the level of the prison suppression tower. The bottom of the red quality 7-story cornice tower released a terrifying suction. The blood-stained Modai was included in it, and the red-hot shackles bound Modai to the death. The player is attacking in the safe area and has been marked by the main city guards. The ability to teleport in Yayan City will be sealed. The reason why the safe zone is called the safe zone is that it can absolutely isolate the beast's attacks between players, will attract the main city guards to capture or even kill on the spot. The teleportation ability cannot be used in Yayan City. After leaving the range of the main city and entering the wilderness, the teleportation ability can be restored. Zhao Yuan kept searching in Modai's exclusive room and received the latest main city information. The player's arrest order has been cancelled. Sure enough, as long as the strength is strong enough, one can act recklessly in the safe zone. Zhao Yuan searched for a while before he found Modai's dark room, which contained a huge treasure chest. Zhao Yuan opened the treasure chest and saw that all of them were neatly stacked void mines. With a full 20 W units, there's no need to ask Modai. The alien identity has been confirmed. Void mine cannot be teleported, so it is temporarily stored here. After the arrest order is lifted, the teleportation function can also be used normally. First go back to the station and ask Modai, and then inform the 4 major guilds of the follow-up information. Right now the Abyss and the Starry Sky are in a delicate balance. As long as the aliens make a little move, this balance will be broken. For example, breaking the Starry Sky barrier on your own, or trying to wake up the old god of the Abyss. If you think about it, there is a huge risk. These aliens are disguised as NPCs, and maybe they have learned or guessed the truth that the Abyss is sleeping. This can't keep aliens. The main enemy before was the Starry Sky, but the Starry Sky was restricted by the Abyss, and now the main enemies are aliens and hostile countries. I am so quick to attack, this Modai shouldn't have time to react, right? Interracial players should also be able to send friends private messages to each other. Mozu executives received a warning from Modai in the group chat. After that, Modai could not be contacted at all, and the action that was still being planned could only be started immediately. Zhao Yuan teleported back to the guild station, and was just about to ask Chu Zhaoqing to interrogate his hallucination ability. Chapter 328, Protecting all Xiankang battlefields. The scene where the water and light were intertwined suddenly changed, and a terrifying war broke out near the Xiankang. Zhao Yuan saw himself and his teammates in it. Looking at the secrets of the sky sees a fragmented picture of the future, which is not continuous, but combined with the current intelligence, the truth can already be guessed. Zhou Kaiding quickly explained, the aliens have disguised themselves as NPCs for many years, and even turned into guild NPCs to enter the major guilds in the Xia Kingdom, so the intelligence is extremely terrifying, and the aliens already know the truth that the Abyss is sleeping. This is to use the matrix-formed explosion by the Void Mine to wake up the old god of the Abyss and trigger the battle of the gods. The purpose is to hurt both the Abyss and the Starry Sky. Including the heavy casualties of our human race, Zhao Yuan could see that Zhou Kaiding's temples and hair tips appeared silvery white, and there were inconspicuous wrinkles on his upright facial features. Using the opportunity to watch the sky consumes 20 years of lifespan, and one must have the combat power of the 4 presidents to be eligible to watch the sky, Zhao Yuan thought to himself. However, the real physique will add a lot of lifespan, plus the precious spiritual fruit that increases lifespan. The 4 presidents should be fine. Zhou Kaiding continued, in order to get the specific coordinates of the alien attack. I conducted a second spy on the secrets and got the specific coordinates of the enemy. There are 5 largest Abyss Xiankangs in total, all of which are located in the Xia Kingdom. It should be that this race is not active in other countries. The aliens divided all the void mines they had accumulated into 5 parts and transported them to the large Xiankang. Attempt to detonate the void matrix and provoke a battle of gods, and the creatures near the Abyss sinkhole are all level 240 or above. So low-level players are not useful. I have already divided my guarding areas, and I will set off immediately. All aliens must be intercepted. Once the war between the old gods and the new gods is provoked, our human race is likely to be wiped out by the aftermath of the War of Gods. Afterwards, the presidents of each 10th level guild check their corresponding guard areas. Near the Luanjin round table, only Zhao Yuan, the 4 presidents, and a few vice presidents were left. Meng Zhe said to Zhao Yuan, it is precisely because you alerted the alien race that the enemy planned in such a hurry and panic. If you give the alien race some more time to prepare, You may quietly transport the void mines to the Cheyenne King bit by bit, and none of we can detect the anomaly. Zhao Yuan responded, "It seems that my choice is correct. My oath field can cover a radius of 3,000 W meters. I can be placed in the best position, so that more Cheyenne King battlefields can be covered by the oath field." Meng Zhe responded, "Among the 5 Cheyenne Kings, one happens to be at the very core, and this is also the largest and most profound Abyss Cheyenne King. As long as you are here, the oath field can cover the other 3 Cheyenne King battlefields. There is also the most distant Cheyenne King battlefield. The main force of our 4 major guilds will be responsible for guarding it." President Lingshan said, "Our 4 major presidents, including these vice presidents, have applied your permanent vow buff, which is immune to pollution and immune to damage, so even if your oath cannot cover this battlefield, we are invincible. Time is running out. You first teleport to the most central Cheyenne King and wait. Zhao Wu and Zhao Shen will follow you, add boosting effects for you, and help you with resurrection and invincibility." Zhao Wu is a SSS level auxiliary ability, similar to Bai Di's ability, but slightly different. Zhao Shen is the #1 healing priest in the Xia Kingdom, a redemption priest with exaggerated body proportions. Zhao Yuan brought all his teammates and entered the designated Cheyenne King battlefield using the teleportation gate constructed in advance by the Heavenly Court Guild. Zhao Yuan quickly explained the situation to his teammates. Zhao Wu displayed a series of SSS level and SS level enhancement abilities, which made Zhao Yuan's attributes soar wildly. Zhao Yuan's Oath Domain, with the blessing of the Holy Beast and the increase of Bai Di skill range of him, has reached a radius of 3,000 W meters. Chapter 329 Guarding the Cheyenne King. The president of Hades said in the group chat, "Since Zhao Yuan's oath field has covered all the Cheyenne King battlefields, then it is better for our 4 great presidents to guard a Cheyenne King alone. This is to ensure that nothing will go wrong. I guess that the foreign races don't need to go deep into the Cheyenne King, just detonate the void matrix in the area around the Cheyenne King, and they can also awaken the old gods of the abyss. Let the presidents of the guilds use the Tiger Talisman, since they have the oath field anyway, so the guild's arms will not be polluted or damaged in battle." Chairman Meng Zhe added, "Every Cheyenne King battlefield must be equipped with an SS-level scouting ability user to prevent the enemy from secretly detonating the matrix, knowing that the old god of the abyss is sleeping in the center of the earth." To be honest, Zhao Yuan didn't dare to get too close to the center of the earth. There are SSS-level teleportation ability users in the 4 major guilds, and it is not too difficult to establish a directional teleportation light gate. The 4 presidents teleported to an abyss sinkhole respectively. Zhao Yuan summoned a silver-white phoenix, allowing the phoenix to release the eternal scorching sun now, and now it can be stacked up to 11 rounds of eternal scorching sun. Using the casting skill, the phoenix turned into a dazzling red-gold phoenix shadow, covering Zhao Yuan's body, has been affected by the phoenix's casting skill, and has obtained all the attributes of the phoenix. Zhao Yuan's current blood bar has reached 350 billion, and his dual defense has reached 30 billion. Everything is ready, just waiting for the arrival of the alien race. Triggering the true oath, all injuries, pain, and pollution suffered by friendly units will be borne by oneself. Suffering from the abyss pollution, the relevant resistance is being judged. If the judgment is successful, the pollution effect will be exempted. The abyss resistance of the extreme adaptation superposition has reached the upper limit again, plus the bonus of the abyss crown skill, a total of 9 W points of abyss pollution resistance, enough to help all friendly units bear all pollution. Zhao Yuan took out the troop mobilizing Tiger Talisman, which can send guild units to the battlefield, and the teleportation light beam will last for 30 minutes. He has stored hundreds of yuan, so he doesn't need to worry about the duration of the teleportation light beam. Just when the Phoenix's eternal scorching sun was superimposed to the 5th round, the investigators around Zhao Yuan said, "I sense that the enemy is approaching, and the number is exaggerated. How can there be so many alien races?" Soon, Zhao Yuan saw a mighty alien team, including a demon with a black flame imprint on his forehead. There are also Protoss, Immortals, monsters, dragons, and a wide variety of alien players with strange shapes. Mozu quality, Saint level, LV 300 HP. 200 billion mana. 10 billion true power. 3000 real physique. 3000 real agility. 3000 real intelligence. 2500 war skills, demonization, terrifying spearmanship, beginning magic technique, Protoss quality, Saint level, LV 300 HP. 250 billion mana. 50 billion true power. 2000 real physique. 4,000 real agility. 3,000 real intelligence. 4,000 skills, God's presence, God's sword technique, God's good luck. Chapter 330, easily intercept. 5 rounds of orange-red scorching sun froze in midair, like graffiti sketched with an oil brush, emitting endless light and heat towards the ground. The blood bars of all the enemies present are being evaporated violently. Several Saint-level alien races have rushed to Zhao Yuan's side. The Saint-level demons activated the demonization skill, and were instantly surrounded by a strong demonic energy, their combat power soared, and the fierce aura crushed Zhao Yuan. Frightening marksmanship, the Saint-level demon stabbed Zhao Yuan's neck with a long spear in his hand. Zhao Yuan opened the indestructible golden body, and a bell jar of brass astral energy condensed on the surface of the body, and the double defense instantly increased by 500%. Originally in the Xianqing, the temporary double defense has been brushed to 38 billion points, and now it will increase by 5 times, that is, 190 billion points of double defense. The heavy spear of the demon race touched the surface of the bell cover of the Gangqi. It was immediately shattered, and the high-quality long spear was directly broken into pieces, trigger thorn and armor, causing 1.2 billion real damage 32 times. The high damage of 38.4 billion points caused exaggerated cracks to appear on the body of the Saint-level demons, and flesh and bones could be seen inside. The proteus on the side started to God's descend, and their whole body was shrouded in bright and strong sacred light. Wearing a pair of armor purely shaped by divine power, used the Tian Shen Dao technique to cut towards the top of Zhao Yuan's head when it was still the same ending, with 190 billion points of dual defense. Plus Zhao Yuan's high penetration save, it was impossible to break through the defense at all. The Saint-level proteus was also pierced through the body by an invisible sharp blade, turned into a real wound, and thick dark red blood flowed down. Battle information, being attacked, triggering the deprivation war order, successfully deprived the target of the God's present skill for 10 minutes, click, the sacred armor on the proteus players disintegrated layer by layer, turning into nothingness. Its combat power has also dropped a bit. For me now, the Saint-level aliens are also extremely weak, and they will be killed after 4 or 5 times of retaliation. That is, Davis causal damage can kill me so many times. Will Davis intervene? Probably not. Davis is now the envoy of the Starry Sky. Even if he knows the situation, it will only come to help me kill the aliens, because the Starry Sky dare not awaken the old god of the abyss. In this case, it is regarded as brushing experience points and proficiency. Zhao Yuan turned on the charge attack, and now he has 2000 W charge value, all of which have been emptied, turning into a layer of clear and dazzling golden light. On Zhao Yuan's right arm, there is a hazy silhouette of a dragon's head. The sharp teeth of the dragon head are Zhao Yuan's fist. With a physical attack power of 190 billion points and a power storage value of 2000 W, he punched out a punch. Boom. The violent air pressure vented wildly at the core of the battlefield. The alien races blown by Zhao Yuan's fist wind were all turned into dust, and many rocks on the ground were violently blown away. A hollow hole appeared on the mountain tens of thousands of meters away. After this punch, Zhao Yuan has been promoted by 2 levels. But the foreign race is not afraid of death, and it is crazy to throw the matrix formed by piling up void mines into the sinkhole in the next second. Zhao Yuan was covered by countless attacks. Attacked. Trigger the devouring body. Unleash the blood beast impact, triggering the devouring body, triggering the devouring body. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 311 Half-Step Angel Level. How come? Zhou Kaiding said incomprehensibly, why can the enemy control the polluted alien kind? It's unreasonable. Zhao Yuan also saw the polluted aliens newly joining the battlefield. Originally a saint-level alien, after being contaminated, it has reached the half-step angel level. Demon, polluted state, quality, half-step angel level, LV 310 health. 400 billion mana. 30 billion true power. 9,000 true physique. 100 million true agility. 8,000 true intelligence. 8,000 skills, beginning demonization, frightening spear, beginning magic technique, star pollution. Above the saint is the angel rank. It seems that the alien race has mastered the method of manipulating the polluted race. Half-step angel level, It is absolutely impossible to break the double defense of 190 billion points, but the duration of the indestructible golden body has ended. Zhao Yuan took the initiative to use the golden sculpture skills, and a golden sculpture appeared behind him. Zhao Yuan thus obtained 17 minutes of invincibility. He turned on the frenzy taunts again, and forced the half-step angel level aliens present to taunt them. The half-step angel level demon player has a height of more than 2 meters, smooth muscles, dark skin, and most of the equipment on his body has zero durability. The face was squeezed with evil eyes of different colors, the entire chin disappeared completely, and the long and narrow snake letter stood on the air. Manipulating the polluted alien race should be the last resort of the enemy. It is indeed the alien player who has been dormant for so many years. It was possible to launch such a rapid offensive without being fully prepared. Unfortunately, I may be a little wary of the real angel level. Half-step angel level is still just an ant with a thicker blood bar. But what should I do if the other 4 battlefields encounter half-step angel level aliens? To know to kill a target and drop a bomb. The latter is obviously easier. Zhao Yuan's thoughts were surging, and he made a lot of analysis in an instant. The alien race is likely to launch an attack regardless of life and death, and the enemy's goal is just to throw the void matrix, use a lot of corpses to create a passage, and then complete the detonation, and we lose. The next second Zhao Yuan saw the call-up order initiated by Zhou Kaiding. Global announcement: the 13th level president of the Xia Kingdom has issued a summoning order, and players from some countries can be sent to the battlefield for support. Then Zhou Kaiding used the public screen props and sent a message: at the moment when the human race is in danger, come and support. Due to the use of precious screen domination props, Zhou Kaiding's speech has always been at the top of the global chat channel in an instant. It caused a heated discussion among players across the country. It hasn't been long since the last cataclysmic event ended. What happened? It actually made Xiaoguo issue a summons. This summoning order is an extremely rare item. Players can choose to support the battlefield by themselves, and they can unconditionally return to the origin after the battle is over. That's a ticket to and from the battlefield. Several players from the White Bear country discussed. Last time, Xiaoguo saved a large number of players in our country. Since President Zhou Kaiding said that it was the moment of human crisis, our White Bear country must choose to support the battlefield. The teleportation of the summoning order can be carried out during the battle. If there is danger, it can also be teleported back to the original place immediately. Meng Zhe also opened a call-up order, as did the other 2 presidents. Due to the success of repairing the Starry Sky Barrier last time, the prestige of Xiaoguo has been significantly improved. Therefore, the White Bear country, as well as the allies of the Xia country, all chose the teleportation support for the first time. Of course, they are all powerhouses above level 240, and it is completely meaningless to support weak players. Chapter 332 The End. Half-step angel level demons, gods, immortals, and dragons approached Zhao Yuan and used their most powerful skills. The demons turned on the beginning demonization, and their bodies swelled rapidly, reaching a height of 5 meters, their muscles bulging, and a circle of curved horns appeared on their foreheads at the same time. The beginning demon cultivation technique is also operating to the maximum extent. This is a skill similar to the Jiu Yang mantra, and it is a cultivation technique exclusive to the demon race. Frightening marksmanship, the long spear wrapped in a strong evil spirit stabbed towards Zhao Yuan, and Zhao Yuan opened the indestructible golden body again. A gold bronze bell jar is condensed on the body surface, and many sacred inscriptions are engraved on the surface. The double defense skyrocketed 5 times in an instant, almost reaching a double defense of 200 billion points. In this state, Zhao Yuan's physical attack also returned to 200 billion points, and he punched the tip of the Mozu's spear. Kang! As if the thick roar of a monk ringing an ancient bell sounded, there was not a single wound on the surface of Zhao Yuan's fist. There was no trace on the skin, and the demons still shattered their weapons with one shot with all their strength. It turned into regular scrap iron and was inserted obliquely on the ground. Battle information: trigger the Thorn's anti-armor, causing 2.5 billion real damage 32 times. Encountered star pollution. Pollution resistance is being judged. The judgment is successful. Will be exempted from pollution effects. Trigger extreme adaptation. Magic resistance +3, +3. Starry sky pollution resistance +0.3, +0.3, 2. 32 invisible blades pierced through the body of a half-step angel-level demon instantly, causing 80 billion real damage. Ignoring the high defense and resistance of the demon race, you only need to counterattack 5 times to complete the kill, After the extreme adaptation skills are awakened again, the star pollution resistance has not yet been superimposed to the upper limit, but it's enough to fight against these half-step angel level pollution, magic resistance. This triggered the extreme adaptation in the previous battle, and the resistance was continuously stacked. It should be an attribute similar to internal power, which is a fairly high-level demon-exclusive internal power. As long as you stack the magic resistance to the upper limit, you will be able to avoid a lot of damage when you fight with the demons in the future. Killing all the alien races in this wave should be able to end all this. What are the powers of the stars planning at this time? They don't perform divine descent? Prevent the old god of the abyss from being awakened, or is it that the explosion of the void matrix can't alarm the old god of the abyss at all? That's why you are so reckless. Before, it was a collective divine descent, and then my face was full of fear, worried about disturbing the abyss, and quickly released the divine power. When Zhao Yuan was distracted, a half-step angel-level immortal released the immortal banning technique. In the void around Zhao Yuan, a huge cloud and mist beast had emerged, swallowing Zhao Yuan in one bite. Affected by the immortal banning technique, the banishment resistance is being judged. The judgment is successful, and the banishment effect will be exempted. Zhao Yuan broke free from the cloud and mist beast head. Is this to forcibly banish me? Then take the opportunity to cast the void matrix. Fortunately, in the previous battle, I have accumulated a high resistance to banishment. With my current rank, I can easily be immune to banishment effects, and even if you are really forcibly exiled, you can start the time node of the relapse of history and return to the best state. Trigger extreme adaptation, banish resistance +3, affected by skills, triggering thorns and armor, causing 2.1 billion real damage 32 times, poo. A huge gap was pierced through the abdomen of the half-step angel-level immortal clan, and only the flesh and blood on one side was glued to the upper and lower bodies. The attack power of the immortals is not as high as that of the demons, but their skills are more bizarre and unpredictable, so the value of the counter-injury will also decrease accordingly. However, with 5 to 7 counter-injury, half-step angel-level enemies will definitely die. Zhao Yuan was surrounded by countless alien races, and was being attacked hundreds of thousands of times every second, including melee and long-range attacks. Chapter 333 SSSS Level Divinity Decay. The wing pattern on the back of Zhao Yuan's armor has become real, extending into a long and narrow light wing with a wingspan of 5 meters. Every feather on the surface is extremely delicate and gorgeous, and the flying speed of the pitch-black wings is also faster. Relying on his high physical attack power, Zhao Yuan brutally dismembered the polluted dragons. The pollution dragon opened its fangs and mouth, and spewed a thick poisonous mist towards Zhao Yuan. But Zhao Yuan has no intention of dodging at all. All attacks will only make Zhao Yuan stronger. Trigger extreme adaptation, poison resistance +3, trigger thorn anti-armor, causing, trigger the devouring body, release the blood beast impact. Zhao Yuan's true retaliation and blood beast impact hit the polluted dragon clan at the same time. The speed of real wound recovery is faster, and it has already fed back to the enemy almost a moment Zhao Yuan suffered damage. And the blood beast impact still has a few seconds before the release. Mottled scarlet lines lit up on the top of Zhao Yuan's right arm, condensing a ferocious animal head formed by blood-colored evil energy, and rushed towards the polluting dragon clan. Under the counter-attack of the two skill combinations, the polluting dragons directly lost 140 billion points of HP, and Zhao Yuan completed the dragon slaying achievement alive. The other 4 battlefields are supported by a large number of strong human races, and then covered with my oath buff. There will be no risk, and it only takes more than 10 minutes to kill all the alien races. Zhao Yuan's level has already exceeded level 240, because not only this battlefield he's in, but also in the other 4 Cheyenne King battlefields. Zhao Yuan can also rely on Oath plus anti-armor gain high experience points and skill proficiency, so he gets a whole new skill set. Trigger Eternal Blessing. All skills will be constant at SSS level. Has obtained SSS level Divine Decay, Divinity Decay LV1, SSS level. Every time an attack is suffered, the enemy's own divinity will decline by 1 point. There is no cooling time. The effect of Divine Decay lasts for 10 minutes, and the upper limit of decay is 10 points. Skill effects increase with level up. This is the god-slaying skill that drags the gods off the throne. You only need to withstand the attack of a divine creature, and you can continuously weaken the opponent's divinity. The reason why the evil god is so powerful that it surpasses the current latitude of the human race is because the other party has true and complete divinity, that is to say, The more evil spirits attack me, the weaker their overall combat power will be. When the invincible skills, resurrection skills, and time reversal skills are turned on, they can completely block the evil attack. Block it a few times, even the evil god will be weakened to very low level. After the skill level is improved and the awakening is gradually completed, the enemy may attack once, and hundreds of points of divinity will be deducted. Perhaps when the final doomsday comes, and the starry sky and the abyss provoke a war of gods, I can also protect the country of Xia, or even the human race. Following this trend of upgrading, you will soon be able to acquire new skills again. At this moment, the situation of the battle is doomed, and the alien race's plan has failed, not to mention being close to the Abyss Cheyenne King. Even the edge of the Abyss Cheyenne King could not be seen, and they were massacred crazily. High in the sky where Zhao Yuan was, there were 11 rounds of eternal scorching sun rising and falling, spreading out dazzling and terrifying rays of light and scorching extreme heat. It doesn't even need Zhao Yuan's true retaliation. The 11 rounds of eternal scorching sun superimposed on each other, all enemies are evaporated in a few minutes. At this moment, Zhao Yuan could no longer see the aliens, including the polluted creatures crawling out of the abyss sinkhole. They are all evaporated in an instant, and they can only hide in a deeper Cheyenne King to avoid the evaporation damage of the eternal scorching sun. Eternal blazing sun is the damage covered by the map, while the inside and outside of the abyss sinkhole are two completely different areas. These filthy creatures only need to hide in the sinkhole, and don't have to worry about being evaporated and melted. If I didn't know that the old god of the abyss in the heart of the Cheyenne King is sleeping, I would have wanted to release the eternal blazing sun in the Cheyenne King. Chapter 334 SSS Level Skill Reflection. Fortunately, Zhao Yuan's palpitations disappeared quickly, and everything returned to calm. Is this causing a little impact? But the old god of the abyss is in a special state, so he didn't wake up. Why did the old god choose to sleep? Is the madness in the body uncontrollable? Can only choose to sleep, and the gods of the starry sky have not yet reached this level, so they can retain such complete sanity. Zhao Yuan kept thinking, the alien race's offensive is extremely hasty this time. There must be a large amount of void mines stored in the dark, and it is too late to transport them to the abyss sinkhole at one time. You can't keep guarding near the Cheyenne King, can you? These escaped alien races are completely able to endure it forever, and even go to sinkholes in other countries to release void matrices. It's still necessary to kill all the alien races in one go, and the consequences will be too great. The Abyss Cheyenne King around Xia Kingdom can build a fortress to cover the large Cheyenne King, and finally apply the true oath buff. At this time, Zhou Kaiding sent a private message to Zhao Yuan, explaining that the foreign race chose to detonate the void matrix in situ. Zhou Kaiding, it seems that after part of the starry sky barrier was broken, the abyss did have signs of awakening. The detonation of the void matrix above the surface can cause the old gods to react unconsciously. Zhao Yuan opened his mouth and responded, the foreign race chooses large Cheyenne Kings instead of medium-sized Cheyenne Kings. It seems that only large Cheyenne Kings go straight to the center of the earth, so the best place to detonate is in a large sinkhole. We just need to build a fort here. If I add the true oath buff to the man-made fortress, I will be able to keep the sinkhole safe. Zhou Kaiding, after the enemy detonated the void matrix on the spot, I sent half of my troops to chase and kill these alien races. Although their speed is very fast, they can't get rid of us, and strive to wipe out all the enemies. The same is true for the other three presidents. Some of the troops guard the Cheyenne King, and some of the troops keep chasing and killing aliens. Even if the enemy uses teleportation skills to escape, Xiaoguo players also have the ability to capture the traces of teleportation and then lock the coordinates. Battle information, kill the target, trigger billion times proficiency. The current acquisition multiplier is 620 times. Killing alien races will give you a total of 165.2 billion experience points, 50 times. The player's personal level has increased by 40 levels. During the entire battle, a total of 40 golden lights enveloped Zhao Yuan. Zhao Yuan's current level is 276, and he has gained a brand new skill again. Kill the target, and get a total of 86.5 billion skill proficiency points, 630 times. An awakened skill improvement. Awakened skill improvement. Zhao Yuan's 5 awakening skills are just a few levels away from reaching the full level, while the rest of the skills have all been awakened once. Triggering the billion times proficiency will skip the awakening trial and directly obtain the awakening effect. Zhao Yuan quickly selects the skill awakening branch. After the selection, Zhao Yuan's combat power soared crazily. After all, Every time a skill is awakened, it is a qualitative change. Not only can you get exaggerated branch effects, but you can also reset back to level 0, upgrade the level again, and get skill bonuses. After these alien races are killed, they will drop their equipment, but the quality of these equipment is too low, not even a piece of equipment of pitch black quality. The half-step angel level aliens are polluted. Although the equipment on their bodies is high quality, most of their durability has been worn out and they are all half-waste, Zhao Yuan said to himself. Combine with the support of other countries and regions, so as to hunt down and kill the fleeing alien races, we should be able to clear up this group of alien races. Even if you can't completely kill them all, you can still use special skills and props to locate and track the coordinates of alien races, wait until the enemy stops fleeing, and then carry out the suppression in one breath. Zhao Yuan began to check his growing shield. In the battle just now, this dark quality barrier of despair had enough kills. Has been promoted to crimson quality. Now Zhao Yuan is covered with crimson quality equipment from head to toe. Chapter 335 Plan B. The average level of pink quality void archers has reached level 176, and their attributes have been greatly improved. Zhao Yuan's level has reached level 276, and he has already been able to perform 11th rounds. He led the team to teleport back to the guild's residence, and then tore up the Abyss difficulty transfer trial skipping voucher. The player has successfully passed the Abyss difficulty transfer trial, rewarding 30 real attribute points. Each level increases, the real strength and physique increase by 2 points, and the real agility and intelligence increase by 3,000 points. The player's level has exceeded level 260, and all attribute point bonuses will be supplemented, a total of 80 points of real strength and physique, and 12 points of real agility and intelligence. Zhao Yuan felt his flesh and blood split inch by inch, and then re-healed. Repeatedly, the flesh and blood became stronger and stronger. A terrifying power was brewing in Zhao Yuan's body at the same time, a feeling like the shackles were lifted, and every cell of Zhao Yuan was fundamentally changed at the same time. Zhao Yuan added 30 real attribute points to his physique. The current 4 basic attributes are: name, Zhao Yuan level, 276 true power, 131.7 real physique, 215 true agility, 22.8 true intelligence, 22.8 complete the 11th turn of the Abyss. Personal priority +1, the branch effect of deprivation war order increases the probability of triggering, and the branch effect of devouring body selects the upper limit of branding skills +100%. The ultimate domination option is skill duration +100%. Heavenly person, skill effect +100% glory evolution, skill effect +100% reset, skill priority +1 endless battles to the death, percentage stacking defense cap +100%. Zhao Yuan rarely uses the skills that increase defense by these 2 percentages. Because it is difficult for someone to knock Zhao Yuan's HP by 25%, it is difficult to trigger the skill. Now the upper limit of the superposition of endless fighting and endless fighting is double defense +400%. History again, skill priority +1 Tyrant's Wrath, Tyrant Tentacle attack speed +50% infinite adaptation, resistance stacking limit +100% stargazing, abyssal pollution resistance +100% contradictory, charge value stacking speed +100% infinite flesh, physique, blues, resistance, skill effect +100% Angel's Embrace, resurrection stack cap +13 Angel's Embrace can now be resurrected up to 40 times in a row, in addition to the effect of history re-emission and reset skills clearing cooldown, that is 120 uninterrupted resurrections, mysterious scale, perseverance, skill effect +50%. These 2 skills can stack temporary double defense and are one of Zhao Yuan's most commonly used skills. Now blocking army shield. Shield attribute bonus +100%. It is now 160 times the shield attribute, which is equivalent to shield equipped with 160 crimson barriers gold plastic, skill priority +1 Baron, skill priority +1 Divine Decay, skill effect +50%. He had just obtained the decay of his divinity not long ago, but he also successfully awakened once. As for the 5 awakening skills, there are still a few levels left to reach the full level of 100, thus enabling 6 awakenings. The old god of the abyss reacted just now, indicating that the old god is gradually recovering. No matter why he or they chose to sleep in the first place, there is no doubt that once the old gods wake up, it will be the absolute doomsday. The entire planet, and even the surrounding galaxies, may experience terrifying effects, I still have to improve my strength as soon as possible, and I have to shelter Xiaoguo, Zhou Kaiding sent a private channel to Zhao Yuan. Chapter 336 Quick Brush Demon King Showdown. That's right, the only way out for these hostile countries is to join the Starry Sky forces in exchange for a chance of survival, and the gods of the Starry Sky do not dare to lower their divine power. They really need the human race to help him act, and the gods of the Starry Sky will not pollute the sanity of the human race. Zhao Yuan continued to analyze. I guess that the gods of the Starry Sky will bestow a large number of god props and divine power on the hostile country. Use this to strengthen the high-level leaders of the hostile country and let them launch a national war, slaughter all of us rebellious human races, and then we can continue to engulf the abyss, and even devour the old gods of the abyss. After all, the old god is in a special state. Falling into deep sleep may be a forced action. If you don't fall asleep, you will completely fall into madness, and lose control and become an existence that annihilates everything, Yun Ying said from the side. Although the national war has not been over for a long time, there are indeed precious props that can start the national war in advance, Zhao Yuan finally said. Now we have a super large dungeon at level 250, and then there are accessories quests. I also need to fight the Demon King duel, Zhong Wen said. We can almost all fight the Demon King duel, with your Eternal Oath buff. Even if we are fighting the Demon King in a hostile country, we are also invincible, and even without the permanent Oath buff, our combat power has grown to a very high level. Most of the Demon Kings in hostile countries are not our opponents. After all, the whole body skills have completed the second awakening, and there is a complete set of high-quality equipment. Zhao Yuan, it's still early. Let's go to the Demon King showdown and try to raise the Demon King mark by 1 level. Zhao Yuan started the Demon King duel and initiated a compulsory recruitment. After a long waiting time, he was matched with an 8th level Demon King from Langxi Kingdom, continuing the winning streak. I don't know if I can match Davis. It would be very comfortable if Davis' mark of the Devil King could be smashed. However, Davis must have a large number of combat-free items and cannot be compulsorily recruited. At the same time that Zhao Yuan started the Demon King duel, the forum was already boiling. Among the players from other countries who came for follow-up support, a large number of people recorded the video and uploaded the battle screen to the forum at this moment. The country area that still doesn't know the specific situation, if you don't look at it, you don't know, but when you look at it, you find that the human race is almost about to be attacked by the Doomsday. In the battle video, it can be seen that Zhao Yuan's Oath field covers the 5 Xiankang battlefields. In addition, super high-intensity alien races such as gods, demons, dragons, and immortals appeared. In the end, there were also half-step angel-level aliens after pollution and the void matrix that has been built one by one. Savina player from the White Bear Kingdom left a message below the video. You don't believe me when I say it. I thought it was a bloody fight, but I found out after arriving that it was simply to gather the number of people. We formed a tight human wall to trigger Zhao Yuan's entire ability. The player from the small country area was puzzled and said, "Is there any boss to explain? What's going on with these horrible races? What happened? I can't understand," but I was shocked. Xiaoguo players explained, "This is an alien invasion expansion, in which the aliens pretend to be NPCs and have been dormant by our side for many years. After being investigated clearly, they broke out and planned to destroy the seal of the Abyss sinkhole. Yes, it is to use this void matrix to destroy the seal. Our country Xia immediately intercepted it. Only Xiaoguo's high-level officials know the truth about the Abyss sleeping in the past, and the information obtained by most of Xiaoguo's players. It's just that the foreign race is preparing to destroy the seal of the Abyss and let the end come early." Finally, Zhou Kaiding made a speech at the top of the forum. Chapter 337 9th level Demon King mark. Before the 3-second countdown was over, the player with a heavy black iron sniper gun aimed his gun at Zhao Yuan's head. The long and narrow gun barrel was pitch black and deep. Zhao Yuan didn't mind being aimed at the head by the enemy at all. Because of the ability to block the army shield, the weak points of his whole body have been cancelled. Even if it is aimed at the eyeball, it can only deal normal damage. The sniper player thought to himself, snipers are the scariest in the wilderness. The arena is limited, and it is impossible to give full play to the advantages of heavy sniping, but I have the ability to forcibly lock on the headshot. When the 3-second countdown ends, I can bomb Zhao Yuan's head. No matter how high Zhao Yuan's defense value is, the damage to fatal position like the head can at least deal 5-figure damage. To deal 5-figure damage to Zhao Yuan, I can count it as a miracle. As for the Demon King mark, I can only brush it from scratch. Boom. A long and narrow silver bullet shot out from the barrel of the black iron heavy gun in the faint gunpowder smoke. It pierced the air and instantly pierced Zhao Yuan's eyes. Zhao Yuan activated the golden body of immortality, and his defense increased by 500% in an instant. He didn't have time to react, and his eyelids could not be lowered. The long and narrow silver bullet touched Zhao Yuan's eyeball. Crack-clap, the large caliber armor-piercing bullet was shattering inch by inch, touching Zhao Yuan's eyeballs, as if hitting some kind of high-quality ore. When attacked, the blood volume is reduced by 0 points, and the thorns are triggered, causing 400 million real damage 32 times. The health bar of the sniper player was instantly emptied, and Zhao Yuan was not even broken. The revived sniper player was full of disbelief. How is this possible? I aimed at the eyeballs, the most vulnerable part of the human body. You didn't even close your eyelids, and you used your eyeballs to block armor-piercing bullets. At any rate, close your eyes and block bullets with your eyelids. I can accept it. It should be the ability to instantly strengthen the defense, which caused me to fail to break the defense. The audience around the White Tower Arena hoped to see Zhao Yuan's new skills, but even the 8th and 9th level Demon Kings would be instantly killed by Zhao Yuan. Not to mention forcing Zhao Yuan's new skills. Although Zhao Yuan is only level 276, he can win 100% against one of the 4 great presidents of the Xia Kingdom alone. I don't know who is stronger or weaker against Davis in the beautiful country. Davis Creation Truth Sword possesses the attribute of causal attack. Arena information. Win the duel. Get 700 million experience points, 450 million skill proficiency points, 620 times, and 12 million devil points. 3 hours later, Zhao Yuan's Demon King points had been fully accumulated, and he successfully completed the promotion. 9th level Devil Mark, all attributes plus 45%, competitive mall discount 45%, another 5% of all attributes, and a 45% discount in the competitive mall. It's almost 50% off. Zhao Yuan bought 30,000 real attribute points in the Thorn Mall and added them to his physique. Yuning said in the group chat, I have been promoted to the 4th level Demon King mark, and all attributes have been increased by 20%. With a buff of the Eternal Oath, it is impossible to lose the battle. That is, the time for brushing is too little, and there is no problem in upgrading to the 8th level. At the same time, Davis of the beautiful country returned to his guild residence. Zhao Yuan's strength is becoming more and more terrifying. And even causal damage can't really kill him. More than 50 resurrection opportunities. Damn it, give him a while, and he will grow into an existence that crushes me. If it weren't for the blessing of the Blood Moon Goddess, I would have died near the altar last time. Quotation mark. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 338 Cut Weeds and Exterminate Roots. A scarlet-mottled portal appeared in front of Zhao Yuan. There are more than 35 SSS-level ability users in the 4 major guilds of Xia Kingdom. The skill that can enable directional large-scale teleportation is an SSS-level ability. The distance spanned, the number of people teleported, the stability of the teleportation, and the cooling time are all at the SSS level. The ability of this portal-like gate has no cooldown time and can be released an unlimited number of times. It can also have a huge effect in battle equivalent to unlimited displacement. Zhao Yuan's team entered the portal of light and appeared in a dark and quiet wilderness area. Beside them are Meng Zhe and the president of Hades, and the other 2 presidents are busy with other matters. Meng Zhe was dressed in a simple and elegant Confucian shirt, holding a book with a dark blue cover in his hand. The front is the latest stronghold established by the foreign race, and it is worthy of being the foreign race that has been planning for many years. There are a lot of precious props in hand. Foreign races gathered here on a large scale. What is the purpose? We will know when we go in and check. In addition to the 2 presidents of the Xia Kingdom, there were also many Xiaoguo powerhouses above level 300 present. Seeing Zhao Yuan appear, the atmosphere at the scene immediately relaxed. Because of Zhao Yuan's oath buff, they are invincible. No matter what situation they encounter, they can return to Xia Kingdom without any damage. The head of the underworld said, although it is only a remnant and defeated general, it is after all the deserters from the 4 Xian King battlefields gathered together. The scale is larger than expected, and the number has reached 500W. Chu Zhaoqing applied Hades' invisibility cap to everyone present at the same time. There are strong players in the Xiaoguo guild team who have activated the group invisibility effect under the effect of layers of secret aura and concealing body shape skills. Xiaoguo's team completely disappeared. Everyone approached the stronghold of the foreign race little by little, and saw a tall and sharp tower building from a long distance away, and this is formed by stacking void ore. Zhao Yuan said in the group chat. Such a magnificent spire is completely built with void. This is completely different from the void matrix used to detonate. Meng Zhe responded, our invisibility level is high enough, and we only need to observe for a period of time to learn the truth. Although we choose to attack directly, we can also ask the truth from the enemy afterwards, but being able to see it thoroughly from the sidelines is naturally the most worry-free. There are a large number of saint-level alien races on the scene, including demons, gods, dragons, fairy races and other terrifying races. And a half-step angel-level polluting alien race stood at the edge of the stronghold, and it seemed that it could be manipulated by the alien race. Zhao Yuan saw a saint-level demon inscribed complicated characters on the surface of a high-level void mine. Then insert these carved void mines into this void spire. At this moment, the void spire gradually lit up with clear spots of light. The starlight condenses on the top of the tower. Zhao Yuan said, this is not like a transmission matrix. It seems that the carried information is directly delivered to the designated location. Zhang Fengwu said, a communication channel that spans galaxies. These alien races want to send specific information about our planet to their original planet. Meng Zhe said, shoot, kill them all. Zhao Yuan activates Frenzied Taunt, Barren Tentacle, Yanhua Windbreaker. Then let the Phoenix activate the melting and casting skills, turning into a magnificent real Phoenix fire that shrouded himself. Battle information. With a blessing of casting skills, you will get all the attributes of the Phoenix. Before, the Silver-White Phoenix had only 130 billion health points, but now its level has increased by more than 40 levels, and its health bar has soared to 190 billion points. Chapter 339 Soul Immortal. 1,500W units of Void Mine have been obtained. Kill the target and trigger the hundreds of thousands of proficiency. The current multiplier is 660 times. Killing the polluted aliens, a total of 123.5 billion experience points, 50 times, are obtained, and the player's personal level is increased by 13, a total of 75.6 billion skill proficiency points, 670 times, are obtained. The unawakened skills are improved. The awakened skills are improved. After Yuning's experience aura and proficiency aura are promoted, the selected branch effects are all priority +1. Because the rank of teammates is getting higher and higher, the experience aura only improves the effect of skills, and if the priority is not enough, it's hard to get the full effect. Even if it is increased to 100 times, 200 times the experience value acquisition multiples, it can only exert very little effect if it is applied to the players of 11th and 12th rank. This is the same reason that Yuning's Halo can't affect players who are over level 320 like the 4 presidents. Therefore, what Yuning pursues is the priority of skills. To ensure that the 50 times upgrade speed can always take effect, 1,500W void ore, as a medium across the void. This ore itself cannot be transmitted, it can only be transported back by us a little bit. Fortunately, Su Yuxin's air carrier is huge, and it is loaded with 1,500W units of void mine without the slightest weight impact. The perceptual players present kept checking the battlefield to confirm that none of the aliens fled or suspended animation. After all, most of them were killed by real counter-injury, and there was no chance to escape and fake death at all. Meng Zhe said, our team took Su Yuxin's air carrier and transported the 1,500W unit of void mine back to the 4 major guilds all the way. When you come, you open the portal of light, and you can only return through the vehicle to return. The plan to build a super large teleportation matrix and lead the people of Xia to escape this restricted area of life is a top secret plan. Therefore, Meng Zhe sent a private message to Zhao Yuan. 1,500W unit of void mine is enough to build a medium-sized teleportation matrix. Although it is impossible to transport all our Xia people at one time, it can be transported in batches. Only one void key is missing, which is a key tool for teleportation and positioning in the vast galaxy. Without the void key, our teleportation is likely to deviate significantly from its intended target. Zhao Yuan responded, I obtained the void key in a previous mission. That's just the last link. The hardest part, That is to get the coordinates of the stars. Without coordinates, just having a teleportation matrix won't help, because we don't know the destination. Whether it's a star or space, I don't know whether the opposite of the portal of light is a place of hope full of vitality, or a more severe restricted area of life. Meng Zhe was obviously excited when he heard that Zhao Yuan had the void key in his hand. Stellar coordinates, we really don't have them, but we have players from other civilizations, Zhao Yuan answered. You mean, get the original planet coordinates of the gods, demons, immortals, and dragons from the mouths of aliens. These aliens are the first members of the invasion. In order to control the risk, it is impossible for their high-level officials to tell these aliens their coordinates, Meng Zhe said with a smile. Aren't these aliens going to send information across the galaxy just now? Obviously they know the coordinates, but this coordinate is probably just a transit station, not the original planet of its race. Zhao Yuan nodded and said, indeed, I left out these details, but the reason why these races chose to invade us, the reason is that their planet can't survive, and they can only find another way out. It would be best if you could get the coordinates of other stars that are full of life. Chapter 346 Awakenings. In addition to gaining new skills, Zhao Yuan's 5 awakening skills are all at full level, triggering the billion times proficiency talent. The 5 awakening skills have reached the full level of 100, triggering hundreds of millions of times proficiency. We'll skip the awakening trial, and directly obtain the awakening branch effect Pure White Shield. Skill priority +1. The higher the priority of the Pure White Shield, the more it can achieve the effect of resisting the maximum damage once, even if the enemy's attack can deal 9,999.9 billion points of damage. They can only continue to damage Zhao Yuan by breaking through a layer of Pure White Shield. Unyielding Soul, skill effect +100%. Now the Unyielding Soul has added 80,000 points of soul strength, and 99% of the mind control skills can be directly exempted. Thorns Anti-Armor, Anti-Injury times +100%. The thorns that have been awakened 6 times are anti-armor, and each time they are attacked, they will retaliate 64 times of real damage. It can be said that it is Zhao Yuan's most terrifying output method, using the enemy's attack attributes to create real damage. Maniac of Destiny, percentage of blood recovery per second +10%. In addition to the blood recovery effect of the accessories, it can restore 60% of the maximum life value per second, and in the previous awakening branch, the Destiny Maniac already had a very high immunity to serious injuries. Extreme Adaptation also stacks a high resistance to serious injuries. Therefore, Zhao Yuan is not afraid of the effect of serious injuries, reducing the amount of healing. Copperhead Ironback, penetration save +10%. In addition to the high double defense of the passive bonus, the Copperhead and Ironback also provide 80% double penetration immunity. That is to say, for Zhao Yuan, the penetration property will be reduced by 80%. Frenzied Taunt, skill priority +1. This is one of Zhao Yuan's few control skills, so naturally he must prioritize them. Yanhua Windbreaker, serious injury effect +1. Zhao Yuan himself can stack the critical injury immunity, and the enemy can naturally stack the attributes of the serious injury immunity. But the higher the level of serious injury effect, the less likely it is to be immune. True Oath, Branch 1, skill range +100%. Branch 2, permanent oath quota +7. Branch 3, damage reduction limit +5%. All 3 branch options are strong, but Zhao Yuan chose Branch 1, skill range +100%, because he wants to protect the players in the entire Xia Kingdom from harm, and using the Void Matrix to teleport to other civilized planets also requires Zhao Yuan to protect Xia players from starry sky pollution. In addition to many blessings, hymns, auras, and skills, the scope of the previous oath field was a radius of 4,000 W meters, now double it again, which is a radius of 8,000 W meters. Via the subsequent national war begins, Zhao Yuan only needs to sit in the rear, and Xiaoguo is already invincible. It was already late at night. Zhao Yuan chatted casually with his teammates before returning to the president's room. Sleeping and resting, it's also strange. Even though the real attribute has increased so much, it still needs sleep to replenish energy. Is this the racial restriction of human beings? Demons, Protoss, and immortals definitely don't need to sleep for a long time. Zhao Yuan lay on the comfortable bed, his thoughts surging. The void mine is barely enough, and the void key is also available. Only 1 star coordinate is missing. The home planets of these alien races are mostly in a bad environment. If you can learn from the alien races how to trigger the invasion of other civilization expansions, it should be possible to get stellar coordinates directly from system missions. However, the star coordinates given by the system are not safe. So many alien races have been sent to the blue star. This is a restricted area for life in the vast universe. If you think about it this way, even if you trigger the expansion pack of the alien invasion and become the active invader, the final outcome will be hard to predict. Suddenly I understand why these alien races have gone to great lengths to invade other planets. Does every planet have its own doomsday? And the blue star is the scariest. Doomsday is the confrontation between the old gods of the abyss and the gods of the starry sky. Chapter 341 Light Pillar Stronghold. The warm morning light is projected from the window and splashed in the quiet room. Zhao Yuan received a private letter from the four presidents Jokiding. The 3 awakening skills of the 4 of us have reached the full level, and the 4th awakening trial can be started. Remember to turn off the oath buff of the clone, Zhao Yuan. Don't worry, the 4 presidents will complete the 4 awakenings, and the battle power of the senior officials of the Xia country will become stronger and stronger. The teammates will soon be able to complete the 3 awakenings, Zhao Yuan said to himself. Zhao Yuan's current properties panel is, name, Zhao Yuan level, LV 289, 11% 100%, health, 12.5 billion magic value, 500 true power, 131.7 real physique, 218 true agility, 22.8 true intelligence, 22.8 physical attack, 856 physical defense, 3.9 billion magic defense, 3.9 billion talent, eternal blessing, unique, hundreds of millions of times proficiency, unique, 620.0 times skill, the soul is immortal skill reflex divine decay deprivation of war order devouring body. This is just the initial panel, without adding various augmentation states. The blood volume reached 12.5 billion, and the double defense was 3.9 billion. After superimposing various temporary defense values, Phoenix's casting skills, Yuning's halo, and Baidi's hymn, his attributes will soar wildly. Not long after Zhao Yuan walked out of the chairman's room, he saw beams of light of different colors rising into the sky on the far edge. The coordinates of the beam of light are scattered, but they all hit the inner wall of the star barrier. Zhong Wen panicked. Is this someone breaking the barrier of the starry sky? Humans can't possibly have this kind of power. It must be a hostile country that has relied on the starry sky forces, Zhao Yuan quickly said. Davis has not been idle during this time, and he has not appeared on the alien battlefield, just to prepare for the current action. That's not right. The starry sky doesn't dare to break the barrier at all, because it will wake up the abyss. The starry sky is to reduce the durability of the starry sky barrier as much as possible without awakening the old gods of the abyss. In this way, they will have enough power to devour the source of the old days of the abyss. Yuning also analyzed, the distance is too far, we don't know the exact coordinates, now rush to destroy these beams of light. And the effect is very small, because even if the specific coordinates are obtained and a beam of light is destroyed, there are still other divine beams of light scouring the inner wall of the starry sky barrier, Zhao Yuan said. This time, the senior officials of the Xia kingdom will use the spy on the secret. When I reach the level of the 4 presidents, I will be able to consume my life and use the ancient well of the secret. Just looking at the attributes, I have no doubt that I have the combat power of the 4 presidents, but the essence of the life level is still a long way from the 4 presidents. After all, they've been famous for hundreds of years, and I've grown up too short. The level of life, including Davis, is also much higher than mine, but it is made up for by my skills with various enhancement priorities. Looking down from the surface of the blue star at this moment, you can see one after another with mottled colors, full of divine light beams gushing out from the surface washing on the inner wall of the starry sky barrier. The number of beams of light reached hundreds, and the positions were extremely scattered. The power of these beams of light is not high, and the inner wall of the starry sky barrier is constantly impacted without even a single crack. Zhao Yuan opened his mouth to analyze. It's been 2 minutes. Xiaoguo's SSS level positioning and tracking ability should have obtained a part of the beam coordinates. Chapter 342 The Prototype of the Lord of Shelter. The Lanxi player who was hit by the thunder had melted a lot of flesh and blood, but it quickly healed on its own, and there was a touch of pale gold in his blood. How is that possible? Even my SSSS level thunder tribulation skills can't kill these 260 level players, Zhang Fengwu asked in surprise. Could it be that it has been deeply polluted and thus gained stronger power? Even the blood has a pale golden jelly in it. Zhao Yuan started the charge attack and responded, "These Lanxi players have won a lot of divine blessings. It seems that the gods of the stars have invested their blood for this plan." Phoenix turned on the casting skill and turned into a fiery phantom of the real Phoenix, shrouding Zhao Yuan. All attributes were transferred to Zhao Yuan. Zhao Yuan turned on the indestructible golden body at the same time, and the double defense suddenly increased by 5 times. It was originally 32 billion double defense, but after 5 times the increase, it reached 160 billion points in 400 seconds. Zhao Yuan's physical attack power has thus reached 160 billion points. The 4,563 W points of power were all emptied, condensed into golden dragon head, and blessed on Zhao Yuan's right arm. Zhao Yuan punched out from the air, and the violent fist style destroyed everything in front of him. The light pillar bomb fire platform instantly turned into dust, and a terrifying deep pit appeared on the ground. The surrounding anomalous plants and Lanxi players all turned into rotten mud. This crimson beam of light soaring to the sky disappeared on the spot, no longer damaging the inner wall of the starry sky barrier. But there are still many remaining enemies around, and they are not directly in front of Zhao Yuan's fist style. So dodged. At this moment, Zhao Yuan's battle information was constantly refreshed, and the temporary double defense began to superimpose frantically. Battle information, triggering the true oath. All damage suffered by allies will be borne by yourself. Attack, trigger Thorn's anti-armor, causing 400 million real damage 34 times. At this moment, in all the beams of light battlefields, the players in the Xia Kingdom have all hung up the oath buff. You can enjoy Zhao Yuan's oath ability at such a long distance. Our light beam stronghold is at the very edge. The outermost light pillar stronghold is the smallest, so it was handed over to us. Could it be that Zhao Yuan's skills have been improved again? Another player from the Xia Kingdom swung a knife to kill a player in a hostile country, and responded at the same time. Even our most marginal light beam stronghold can be covered by the oath domain. Isn't it the same as last time? All Xia Kingdom players have been sheltered by Zhao Yuan, and there will be no casualties in this battle. Zhao Yuan's contribution alone is much higher than that of the 4 presidents. That is, Xiaoguo players have covered the oath buff before they can distract and communicate. A large number of players from hostile countries attacked, but they all triggered Zhao Yuan's Thorn's anti-armor. Puff. A full 64 invisible blades penetrated the body of the enemy and killed all the enemies who attacked. On another battlefield, Zhou Kaiding was shocked because he found that Zhao Yuan's true counter damage value had doubled. Many enemies only attacked Zhou Kaiding once, and at this moment the enemy's health bar was emptied. Zhou Kaiding said to the vice president beside him, "Zhao Yuan's oath ability has been qualitatively changed, and his anti-armor ability has also been exaggeratedly increased. Could it be a skill awakening?" But he can't help himself pass the awakening trial in a way of getting stuck. A replica of Zhao Yuan with 300% attributes. Zhao Yuan himself would be horrified when he saw it. Then how did Zhao Yuan wake up in such a short time? How many times has Zhao Yuan awakened? The vice president of Xinting responded, "Zhao Yuan is naturally as strong as possible. Everyone has their own secrets and opportunities. Under the threat of doomsday, it seems that only Zhao Yuan can lead our Xia Kingdom to survive." Chapter 343 Divine Light Beam Extinguished. Triggering Skill Reflection. The skill that has successfully reflected 50% of the target's power. Trigger Extreme Adaptation. Tear Resistance +4. Trigger Infinite Flesh, Physique, Blues, Resistance. Permanently increase the upper limit of blood volume. Permanently increase physical defense. Triggering the Deprivation Order. The target's Flaming Arrow skill has been deprived for 12 minutes, subject to mind control. Soul strength is being judged. If the judgment is successful, it will be immune to mind control effects when the enemy attacks Zhao Yuan's oath object. In addition to triggering the Thorn's anti-armor, it will also trigger skills such as Deprivation of War Orders, Divine Decay, and Skill Reflection. The enemy will find that, in addition to the real counter-injury, the lower and lower all his attributes are, his skill attack will also be reflected on himself. The skills released at the same time also have the probability of being forcibly deprived. Zhao Yuan could see that the beams of light were fading one after another, indicating that the players of the Xia Kingdom easily killed the enemies at the stronghold of the beams of light. Baidi hugged the doll bear and said, "The strength of the enemy's defense of the stronghold is also too low. Although it is a player who has received a divine bonus, it cannot be defended for a few minutes at all." Zhao Yuan responded, "It was Davis doing it on purpose because he didn't really want to break the star barrier. It's about finding a balance of boundaries. That is, The old gods will not recover, and at the same time, the power projected by the gods of the stars is the highest limit. About 50% of the barrier is damaged, so these players are used to delay time and die. What we can do is to speed up the destruction of the light beam stronghold, so as to minimize the fragmentation of the starry sky barrier. In this way, the divine punishment that the starry sky can deliver will be weaker. Global announcement. Starry sky barrier durability -2%. Global announcement. Star barrier durability -1%. The global announcements again and again, coupled with the beams of light rising into the sky in many countries and regions, completely detonated the forum. White Bear Country player panicked. What happened? This is another trick of the beautiful country. I can see a lot of turbulent beams of light fade away. Could it be that the players from the Xia Kingdom are destroying the beams of light? If this goes on like this, won't the starry sky barrier be completely broken? Will our human race be destroyed? Zhou Kaiding was still confronting Davis. Meng Zhe used the announcement props and made a speech at the top of the forum. Pretty country, cherry blossom country, Britain country, Lanxi country, have all joined the star forces. A beam of light that destroys the inner wall of the starry sky barrier is created and scattered to different coordinates. But don't worry everyone, our Xia Kingdom has already deployed strong teams to hundreds of light pillar strongholds. Soon, all the beams of light will be forcibly extinguished. Many countries that have not joined the starry sky still have the illusion of survival, thinking that the starry sky barrier can be repaired and the world goes back to the way it was because they know that when they join the starry sky, the final outcome is doomed to be extremely miserable. But now the beautiful country and its allies are trying their best to destroy the starry sky barrier, which is completely killing other countries. The president of the White Bear Congress made a speech at the top and said, the White Bear Country will wage a deadly war against a pretty country. Since Davis wants the rest of us to die, then I will let the beautiful country perish before us. Many former neutral countries, under the threat of death, challenged the beautiful country. The president of the White Bear State sent a private message to Meng Zhe. Do you have enough manpower? Report the coordinates to me, and I will bring people to support. Meng Zhe responded. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 345 Barrett's Soul Fragments. The original Phoenix could not see its quality, but its size is much larger than the current silver-white quality Phoenix. If you can return to this pet's secret realm, hide the soul fragments in the body of the Phoenix Divine Beast, it's definitely a safe place to be, but the difficulty is too high, because it is a random secret realm, and the possibility of entering the same secret realm again is almost zero. Even if you really met the former Divine Beast Phoenix and stole someone's cubs, you shouldn't be chased and burned with flames. Global announcement, Starry Sky Barrier durability -2%. Global announcement, every time a global announcement sounded, it was like the death knell tolling, which made the souls of most players tremble. The players in the beautiful country and its allies, although they are also worried, still have expectations. 7 minutes later, Zhao Yuan watched as the beams of light soaring into the sky dimmed and extinguished in the end. More dense cracks appeared in the invisible barrier above the sky at this moment. The durability of the starry sky barrier has dropped by 40%. That is, these splendid divine light beams have finally reduced their durability by only 14%. Adding in the 26% durability of the previous destruction, the total is 40%. Davis chose to flee, and the president of the White Bear State and Zhou Kaiding both had the thorns in anti-armor after promotion. Davis can only choose to forbear. Players in the forum cheered. Fortunately, only reduced the barrier durability by 14%, plus the previous damage, which is 40%. There is still some time before the end of the world, and we still have hope of survival. Just in this period of time, collect the tears of the starry sky as much as possible, and finally it is possible to repair it. Now that our neutral countries are gathered together, sooner or later the beautiful country will pay the price. If there is no reasonable response from Xiaoguo, the current barrier may be reduced by 70% to 80%. It will even be higher. What's so special about these national players who have joined the Star Forces? All of them have become dumb. Zhao Yuan gained a lot of experience points and skill proficiency because of the hundreds of light beam strongholds. At least half of the output is played by his thorns anti-armor. Battle information, Kill the target and trigger the hundreds of thousands of proficiency. The current multiplier is 690 times. Kill the enemy players, and gain a total of 125.6 billion experience points, 50 times. Player personal level increased by 8. A total of 85.6 billion skill proficiency points, 700 times, were obtained. Unawakened skills have been raised to full level. Awakened skills have been improved. Zhao Yuan's new skills, Soul Immortality, Skill Reflection, and Divine Decay have all reached full level. Triggering hundreds of thousands of proficiency will skip the skill awakening trial and directly obtain the awakening effect. The soul is immortal. Branch 1, Resurrection time 10 hours. Branch 2, Soul Fragment plus 100%. Zhao Yuan chose Branch 2, because the 3 soul fragments were too few. One it needs to be kept in the body, that is, only 2 soul fragments can be used after choosing Branch 2. Zhao Yuan has a total of 6 soul fragments. Skill Reflection, Branch 1, Reflection probability plus 15%. Branch 2, Retaliation effect plus 15%. Zhao Yuan naturally chose Branch 1, and the most important thing is to stack the probability of skill reflection to 100%. Chapter 346 The Ultimate Weapon. Zhao Yuan teleported to an island, and a monster with a high level appeared beside him. Zhao Yuan swept over directly, opened his jet black wings, and flew directly into the sky above the deep sea. He took out a fist-sized piece of level 9 metal and placed a soul fragment in it. Then he casually threw it into the deep sea, and after a while, Zhao Yuan could even feel the soul fragments moving at a constant speed. It should have been accidentally eaten by a large marine beast and entered its abdomen. This is better. The more random the Horcrux hides, the better. Zhao Yuan used another pet rift key to enter a new random rift. Zhao Yuan threw the Horcrux into the bottom of a dead volcano. Since it is a metal material of grade 9, it is impossible to be melted by such a high temperature. Then the Horcrux was buried deep in the heart of the earth in a secret realm, in the soul of a half-step Pope-level beast. Zhao Yuan buried 4 Horcruxes, and there are still 2 soul fragments in his body, as long as one of the Horcruxes is not destroyed. Zhao Yuan can be revived after 69 hours after death, unless it is a god who controls space-related authority. No enemy can lock the secret realm with Horcrux hidden in countless random secret realms. Even if one is found, there are still 3 other Horcruxes. It would be difficult to find all 4 Horcruxes within 69 hours, although all the equipment will be lost after the real death, the skills will not be affected at all, and the Phoenix can also revive itself in the pet space. After Zhao Yuan buried his Horcrux, he excavated millions of void mines from the Void Realm mine in the guild's residence. Millions of void mines were built into a matrix, just like the ones made by the alien races. That is, the bomb that can wake up the abyss. If the starry sky invades, you can only choose to resist the starry sky forces by awakening the old gods of the abyss and perishing together. Due to the importance of the matter, Zhao Yuan and the 4 presidents sent a private message. I'm going to keep a whole card, a last resort against the evil god of the stars, Meng Zhe. The last resort? Are you trying to wake up the old god of the abyss and choose to perish together? As expected of the number 1 advisor of the Xia kingdom, he immediately guessed what I was thinking. Zhao Yuan secretly praised Zhou Kaiding. Wake up the old god of the abyss? Die together? Isn't this equivalent to the nuclear weapons of the old world? I totally agree. If you really reach the last step, you will die anyway, so why not pull the evil god of the stars into the water? The method of death that perishes together does not seem to be aggrieved. President Lingshan said, I agree too, but how should it be implemented? Make a special bomb that can be remotely controlled by us. The means at the physical level will not have any effect on the sleeping evil god. The president of Hades said, does Zhao Yuan want to use the void mine? This is the method of the alien race to awaken the old god of the abyss, and after it was finally detonated on the surface, it did have a little impact on the abyss. If it is a larger equivalent, it is placed directly in the center of the earth. After it is successfully detonated, the old god of the abyss will definitely wake up. Zhao Yuan didn't waste time, and directly said his thoughts. I'm going to build a mausoleum building with 2000 W units of void mine. Buildings are independent monolithic units, not discrete pieces of void mines. This way I can apply a permanent oath buff to the void mausoleum. Even if it is placed in the center of the Xianqin, there is no need to worry about being destroyed by polluting organisms or detonating. That's pretty close to success. Then prepare a detonation method that spans distance, secret realm, and time to ensure that the void mausoleum can be detonated instantly at any time and anywhere. Chapter 347 The Void Mausoleum is completed. After the plan was finalized, Zhao Yuan mined all the void raw ore in the guild's residence. Void archers can also be used as temporary absenteeism, raising iron picks and digging void ore. It only took half an hour to completely decompose the meteorite-like void raw ore because the strength and physical attributes of the pink troops are very high. The mining efficiency is also quite high. Have obtained 500 W units of void mine, 500 W units, plus the 1,500 W units scavenged from aliens, can also build a super large void mausoleum of 2,000 W units. Once it detonates at the center of the earth, it will definitely wake up the old god of the abyss. This will be the ultimate weapon for the human race to fight against the forces of the starry sky, Zhao Yuan said to the 4 presidents in the group chat. This plan must be secretive enough. The power of the gods in the starry sky can be called a miracle. It must be isolated from the gaze of the gods in the starry sky in order to proceed stably. Construct the void mausoleum quietly, so that it will not be blocked in the middle. Meng Zhe responded, don't worry, there is an SSS level secret ability user in my Huang guild. As long as it is an event he participates in, he will be given a high priority secret effect. Although the durability of the starry sky barrier has dropped by 40%, the infiltration of the starry sky evil spirit has become more terrifying, but his SSS level stealth ability is strong enough. Zhao Yuan said, I put a permanent oath buff on him, and let him complete an awakening first, so that the stealth effect of the SSS level can be increased by 100%. Then Zhao Yuan teleported to the 4 major guilds and saw an SSS level secret ability user in a black robe with an inscription. After a brief explanation, Zhao Yuan imposed a permanent oath buff on him, and the other party entered the awakening trial. It didn't take a few minutes to complete an awakening. The awakening branch effect selected the hidden effect plus 100%. In an instant, Zhao Yuan felt that the presence of the SSS level secret ability person in front of him almost disappeared. Even if he saw him in his sight, he would subconsciously want to ignore it. Is this the passive stealth effect? Even my own existence is about to be hidden. It is somewhat similar to the authority of the Evernight goddess. Afterwards, Meng Zhe began to command the guild troops to build a void mausoleum. The void mine looted from the aliens had a full 1,500 W units. Now they are all placed in the Huang guild piece after piece of transparent and illusory void mines with blue meridians inside began to form the foundation. Zhao Yuan said to Su Yuxin, the coordinates have been sent to you. We will transport all the 500 W void mine air carriers in our guild's residence to Huang guild, but you have to wait for the SSS level secret abilities to come to apply the effect of covering the traces. The SSS level secret ability user in a black robe of cloud brocade gave Zhao Yuan a secret spell made by his own skills. Zhao Yuan handed it over to Su Yuxin, and after using it, he could obtain a secret effect for a period of time. Then Su Yuxin activated the secret spell, the silver white flake-like spell was ignited, and an illusory crimson flame rose. The entire air carrier instantly dimmed a lot, which was a stealth effect of the SSS level. Then Su Yuxin transported 500 W units of void mine to Huang guild to make up for the remaining void mine. A grand and solemn void mausoleum has been built. The lowest level of troops in the Huang guild are all orange quality Confucian scholars, although they focus on intelligence attributes, but the strength and physique are not low, and the number has reached 300 million. It does not take long to build a void mausoleum. Chapter 348 Prepare to retreat. Although the tortured Modi was still far from mental breakdown, he knew that Zhao Yuan would really forget him in this prison tower. Potentially be whipped for countless years, he can't really die yet. Because Modi also discovered that his blood bar basically did not decrease, only unbearable soul pain. Modi has also heard of the ability to check the target's memory. Regardless of whether he states the conditions that trigger the alien invasion, Zhao Yuan will be able to learn from his memory in the end. Modi finally spoke. In order to trigger the expansion packs that invade other civilized planets, the premise is to command 70% of the forces on this planet. That is to say, in the national battlefield, a strong country suppresses all enemies and has an overwhelming advantage in combat power. This will trigger the expansion of the invasion of other civilized planets. You can receive the system's invasion mission, and at the same time get the specific coordinates of other stars. After Zhao Yuan listened, he felt that the authenticity was very high. Indeed, if you want to invade other civilization planets, you must have become the overlord of this civilization, otherwise, you can't even rule the planet under your feet. So why are you talking about invading other civilizations? There is no corresponding strength at all. Thinking about it this way, in fact, as long as you reason a little bit carefully, you can guess some clues, that is to lead the country of Xia to win the national war. destroy the power of the beautiful country, and lead the country of the White Bear, as well as a large number of medium-sized countries, become the master of the Blue Star. You can receive the extremely difficult task of invading other civilizations. In order to ensure the authenticity of the information, Zhao Yuan still sent a private message to Meng Zhe. Zhao Yuan, is there a player who can explore the memory of the target? Meng Zhe responded, yes, it's just an SS-level ability. There is no SSS-level ability to spy on memory fragments. Zhao Yuan, the SS level is enough. Let him call the memory of the demon players. The last condition about the means of escape, that is the coordinates of the stars of civilization, we will also get it soon. Meng Zhe was very excited, because the nuclear weapon against the starry sky had been realized, and all he needed to do was transport the Void Mausoleum secretly to the center of the Cheyenne Ken. Now we have obtained the specific coordinate clues of other stars. Meng Zhe, in other words, even if we have reached the last step, we will detonate the Void Mausoleum and awaken the old gods. 7. It's not just about dying together, you can also escape to other civilized planets through a super large teleportation matrix. Although in the process of escaping, I will definitely be blocked by the starry sky, but we have your oath domain. There is still a high probability of blocking the attack of the starry sky and successfully escaping from the blue star. I'm going to call in the SS level probing memory abilities. Zhao Yuan is also very excited. The hope of sheltering Xiaoguo and getting rid of the filthy Doomsday is in sight. Everything is going smoothly unexpectedly. Within a few minutes, a female player in pitch black leather armor with a divination ball floating beside her walked out of the teleportation light gate. Master of Asylum Zhao Yuan. Female players were stunned. This is the latest pillar of the Xia Kingdom. The strongest defender in the world just appeared in front of her. Zhao Yuan said, open your mind and see the objects of memory are within my talisman. Chapter 349 Place Mausoleum. Inside the Void Mausoleum, there is a splendid and graceful sword. 7. This is Zhou Kaiding's noble phantasm, and Zhao Yuan had previously stored 4 Horcruxes in the pet's secret space, and there were 2 soul fragments in his body at this time. Zhao Yuan incorporated a soul fragment into the Void Mausoleum. Turning the entire Void Mausoleum into his own Horcrux, Zhao Yuan was able to transcend all limitations and instantly detonate his Horcrux. That is to say, Zhao Yuan only needs a thought to wake up the old god of the abyss. At this time, in the group chat, Meng Zhe asked Zhao Yuan and said, what information did you learn after viewing the Mozu's memory fragment? Zhao Yuan replied, it has been confirmed that as long as one faction can command 70% of the forces on this planet and have absolute hegemony, it will open the alien invasion expansion on its own, but we are the one who invaded. Zhou Kaiding replied, that is, in the national war, defeat all enemies and become the only powerful country. Although the national war has just passed, there is indeed an extremely precious item such as the national war token. You can start a second national war in a short period of time. President Lingshan said, now Zhao Yuan's combat power is even more terrifying. And the oath field can cover all the units of our 4 major guilds. If we really provoke the latest national war, we can definitely defeat the beautiful country and its allies, and there is a high probability that the White Bear country can be surrendered and become our vassal state. After all, the White Bear country only values strength. The president of Hades also said, we don't have a national war token in our hands. If we have one, we can take the initiative to start the national war. At the same time, the top guilds of the beautiful country and its allies cannot be forced to withdraw from the battle space by using blockade props. Within 24 hours, you can continuously and repeatedly kill the enemy, and all the opponent's levels will be reset back to level 0. In this way, we can get exaggerated battlefield points rewards. At the same time, it can trigger the expansion of the alien invasion, and increase the level crazy. With Zhao Yuan's oath domain, no force in the national war will be our opponent. Meng Zhe retorted, the national war space is an independent special space. Which means that the starry sky will descend and will not wake up the old days of the abyss, because it is a completely unrelated plane. The star gods can make the most of their moves. Zhao Yuan, the national war token is not so easy to obtain, and the beautiful country may still be in the process of collecting. A few hours have passed, and the air carrier has arrived near a large sinkhole. The color of the entire aircraft carrier became very dim, as if the clouds above blocked the light, as if it was cast a shadow. This is the secret ability of the SSS level, so that the outside world cannot perceive it reaching the sky above the Cheyenne Ken. The air carrier threw the inverted pyramid-like void mausoleum directly into the Cheyenne Ken. Because of the permanent oath buff applied, It won't take any damage. It was as if a stone was thrown into the ancient well, causing ripples. Countless abyss creatures surged up from the bottom of the pit, and some were destroying the void tomb. Some wanted to touch the aircraft carrier in the air, but Su Yuxin directly drove the aircraft carrier up. The president of Hades said. Chapter 350 Fake Rafting. Most of the polluted creatures in the center of the earth are Pope-level creatures. At this time, Pope-level creatures are also vulnerable in front of Zhao Yuan. Large swaths of polluted creatures died, all of which were pierced through their bodies by real back injuries. Zhao Yuan placed the void mausoleum on top of the core rock formation, and any contaminated creatures touch the inverted triangular mausoleum building. It will instantly trigger the true oath, transferring all damage, pollution, and impact to Zhao Yuan. After awakening the true pledge 6 times, he was able to transfer the impact to himself. That is to say, even if there is no fixed device, the void mausoleum stands here, and there will be no movement at all. Because the impact will all be grafted onto Zhao Yuan. So far, Zhao Yuan has completed the placement of nuclear weapons, and his inner sense of security has increased a lot out of thin air. Zhao Yuan vibrated his dark wings and rushed out of the Cheyenne King in one breath. For him, the Abyss Cheyenne King was completely free to come and go, as if he was visiting his own backyard. And Zhao Yuan is still continuously gaining experience and skill proficiency, because the polluted creatures in the center of the earth will frantically destroy the void tomb. After being killed by anti-armor, the abyss pollution creature is not clean, and the abyss pollution creature with a high level dies. It will come back from the corners deep in the center of the earth, which is different from the stars. Starry Sky is obviously not enough personality, cannot achieve a similar level of immortality, but it also retains a relatively complete rationality. Kill the target and trigger the hundreds of thousands of proficiency. The current multiplier is 730 times. Kill the target and get a total of 78.6 billion experience points, 50 times. The player's personal level is increased by 4 levels. In the current state, attribute points cannot be improved. Please complete the job transfer trial as soon as possible. A total of 45.6 billion skill proficiency points, 740 times, were obtained. 1 skill awakening improvement. Second skill awakening improvement. Zhao Yuan's level has reached level 301, and he can obtain brand new skills. Zhao Yuan said in the group chat, the placement of the void mausoleum has been completed, and the next task is to guard against the forces of the starry sky, find a way to find hidden aliens in other countries, kill them and seize the void mines that the aliens have collected over the years, and to conduct a large-scale vein mine search. If we can find a large-scale void vein within our sphere of influence, nature is the best, because the void mine used to build the super-large teleportation matrix has been made into a nuclear tomb by us, Meng Zhe said. I'm already implementing the plan, and I have sent a large number of people to investigate the underground mines. At the same time, look for clues about the alien stronghold. Zhou Kaiding analyzed, void veins should be buried in the deepest part of the wilderness, that is, the area shrouded in fog. Make a plan first, let Zhao Yuan enter the core position, and use the oath field to protect all the miners of the Xia country. Zhao Yuan, by the way, do you have any clues about the Starry Sky Tears props? Meng Zhe responded, Tears of the Starry Sky should only have the opportunity to be obtained in super large catastrophic events. It has to be super high battlefield points to be able to redeem Starry Sky Tears. Since the last catastrophic event, the Star Forces have never initiated a catastrophic event. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.